Mr. Chair, Madam Chair, distinguished and exceptional colleagues of the House Appropriations Committee. For the record, I'm Delegate Stephanie Smith, here to present House Bill 1277. House Bill 1277 creates a statewide research and technical assistance center organized as a partnership between the University of Maryland College Park and Morgan State University. Together, these institutions would serve as a statewide hub for research, policy development, and technical assistance to support the implementation of evidence-based and equity-focused literacy practices across Maryland. Maryland currently lacks something that many other states already have, a dedicated university-based center focused on literacy research and implementation support. States such as Virginia and Pennsylvania have established statewide literacy research and technical assistance centers that connect academic research with classroom practice. Maryland, despite having world-class centers of higher education, does not currently have comparable infrastructure. House Bill 1277 addresses this gap by establishing the Maryland Institute for Literacy and Equity. It spells MILE. The Institute will leverage the strengths of both institutions to support schools and communities across Maryland by conducting the following. The Institute will conduct cutting-edge research on language and literacy to identify effective instructional practices. It also will provide assistance to the Maryland State Department of Education and local school systems to support the implementation of evidence-based literacy and instruction and interventions, and offer training and professional development opportunities for educators and literacy professionals, help school systems analyze the data and develop action plans to improve literacy outcomes, facilitate collaboration among educators, researchers, policymakers, and community organizations, and engage families, libraries, and community programs to promote literacy beyond the classroom. Importantly, this work is already beginning to take shape through collaboration between these two institutions. Working together as MILE, Morgan State and the University of Maryland have already developed strong partnerships with MSDE and the Accountability and Implementation Board, including conducting reviews of comprehensive literacy plans across all 24 jurisdictions. I could go on, but I will not, because I do think you have the gist of what this proposed bill sets forth to do. And it's with great humility and excitement, I do hope that you'll give careful consideration to House Bill 1277. Thank you for your time.
So thank you. Chair Barnes, Vice Chair Kaiser, members of the Appropriation Committee, thank you for the opportunity to provide testimony in support of the Maryland Institute for Literacy and Equity. My name is Donald Bolger. I am an associate professor at the University of Maryland at College Park in the College of Education. I'm also the co-director of MILE. I was lecturing this morning, so I can understand the looks, sense of familiarity, just tired. So I started my career as a reading interventionist and became a developmental neuroscientist in order to understand how the brain responds to the right instruction and the right intervention. As Delegate Smith laid out, the literacy achievement in our schools is of the utmost concern and priority because our state is and hasn't been doing well, especially when we think about our adult citizens. It's estimated that over 20% of Maryland's adults read below a fourth grade level. These numbers have translated to roughly $22 billion in lost GDP annually for the nation, which is roughly translating to $400 million annually for the state of Maryland. These figures come from underemployment, unemployment, incarceration, housing, poverty, a number of other issues, and it largely impacts our marginalized communities. So why should the state invest in MILE? Well, by now you know the sweeping work of Superintendent Wright at MSDE, who's been instituting the science of reading in our classrooms. Well, that work that she relied on came from those centers and institutes that were referred to. They were in places like Florida State, Pennsylvania, University of Virginia, Texas. I've worked with so many of them, and they're supporting their states under a regional education laboratory model, something that's been slashed by the current administration. With MILE, we seek to create such a MILE here in Maryland for Marylanders by Marylanders from the land grant institution and the urban research institution in our state designed to deliver for our people. In partnering with Dr. Gibson and Morgan State to form MILE, we bring together the great talent from our institutions to bear on this issue.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thanks for being with us. Yes. Hi, my name is Dr. Simone Gibson. I'm an associate professor in the Department of Teacher Education at Morgan State. I also serve as the co-director of MILE. My role as a professor is to teach pre-service teachers to teach your chairs to read. They should be that good. We started MILE about 3 years ago, and we were thinking way too small. We never imagined the impact it would have on our community. Our initial goal was to bring together faculty who study literacy but rarely have opportunities to share their work across departments and campuses. But the appetite for the work that we're doing has been voracious. Working across Maryland, there has been strong demand for our work from agencies like MSDE, which was mentioned, the AIB, local school systems, higher ed institutions, teacher preparation programs, and families. MILE is serving as a link between these groups and policy implementation. Here are a couple of examples of the work that we've done. Through our partnership with AIB, we have the opportunity to visit 10% of all elementary schools in the state of Maryland. That means the elementary schools in each of your school systems, we got to talk to teachers and families and administrators to make sense of the literacy work that they were doing there and also to advise. With MSDE, we're helping to translate existing secondary policy around enacting evidence-based literacy practices in middle and high school. We're working, for instance, with Baltimore City, Carroll County, and Washington County. We also host higher education meetings quarterly, which are for faculty, by faculty, to faculty, not outside consultants, training faculty to do this work. And finally, we've supported family initiatives to help families throughout the state. We're asking the state of Maryland to provide funding because nearly every project that our colleagues are interested in engaging with us, they have to secure funding to support their work. In today's climate, that process has become increasingly difficult and time-consuming. And contractors are often from outside the state. Their investment is not the same as Miles. We live in Maryland, send our children to Maryland public schools, and prepare teachers. Thank you.
Thanks for your testimony. Any questions? Okay, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much.
I think we do have one other witness. I don't think Dr. Wilson is here, though.
No, but
Okay.
he is in favor of it.
Yes, we got that. Thank you. I appreciate it.